Lunchbox is brought to you by Casa d'Angelo, with locations in Fort Lauderdale, Boca Raton, and Aventura.
Hold the Mayo. It's time for Mike Mayo's Lunchbox. Find out what's being served with Mike, Defo, and Lubie, the only show that covers food, sports, and the proper maintenance of your car. And now, a man who had the distinction of having an entire health clinic named in his honor, Mike Mayo.
I want the frim sauce with the awesome bay, with shafafa on the side.
Hey, good afternoon, everybody, and welcome to another edition of Mike Mayo's Lunchbox. We are on the road again today. Again, one of our favorite stops on the Lunchbox tour. They're all favorite stops because they're all great. Wicked Cheesesteaks, Pizza, and more. 4824 North Federal Highway in Fort Lauderdale, right across from Holy Cross Hospital, which is another one of my favorite stops on the monthly tour.
Do you have a timeshare there yet?
I do have some more blood work and tests.
I can help you get out of it
later this month. But
worthwhile.
All good.
How about the three men in black here? What the hell is that, man?
We didn't coordinate today. I'm wearing my Wicked Cheesesteaks T-shirt that Brian was nice enough to give us.
You know, it's good.
Last
it fits.
time.
I like that.
Yeah, no, it's a little nice and snug feeling. It's good, and it's slimming. Black is always slimming, and I don't know if the cheesesteaks and other things we're about to consume here are necessarily slimming.
Pizza, top notch. You're a big pizza critic and connoisseur, and I obviously we're friendly with Brian, but I would have to rate this pizza very high. I brought a couple of pizzas. I was rehabbing my Achilles at a place right around the corner. I think it's just called Physical Therapy. And I brought a couple of pizzas over. And then the guys realized that they hadn't been here in a while. This happens once in a while. And then they realized how great it was.
Yeah.
And they couldn't be happier. I mean, they wolfed down 2 pies. There were only 4 other guys. And I never got a slice. But the piece we had right now,
he gave us a little warm-up before the show. He could tell we were all hungry. We did our walks. Bye, Jeff. Got a poker fellow poker player that was in here having lunch.
He wasn't there when you had that bad beat with the 9s.
No. And I actually won last night. That's why I'm in a good mood.
You have changed because usually we don't talk before the show because
you were very talkative. Why is Mayo annoying?
No one wants to even say hello to you when we
definitely. I guess on the checklist of do I have a problem, because my mood definitely depends on whether I win or lose.
See, that's not good.
That's not good at all.
Well, I ended up watching this. I thought of you last night. I was telling Lubie this morning, I was so turned off by the analysis of the schedule of the NBA Cup games.
Yes. Oh, God.
On ESPN. So I'm flipping channels. I get into those channels that are around like Discovery Channel. You're a little north of there, like 4:30 or whatever on my cable. And I come across a show that looked like The Whale, only a real version of it. My 600-pound life.
People watch that. It's like a freak show. It's
sad, really. I mean, it really
sad.
is. You feel good for the people that overcome it or seem to be on the direction of overcoming it. And the guy that runs the thing, he was the executive producer, is this guy they call Dr. Now. He has like a name like Nazardin or something.
Yeah. No, he has that weird accent. You got to do the work.
Doesn't he look like Paul Bearer, the manager of who is it? The Undertaker.
Yes.
Oh, yeah, he does look like the Undertaker. And he's dealing with 600-pound people all the time, exactly. And he
puts them on like some mild diet that they could never possibly adhere to.
It's not even that mild. He just says try to consume under 1,500 calories a day. And these people on the way home, they're going through the drive-through and ordering 5 thick shakes.
Wow, this poor lady.
And then he just the best. It's okay. Is it sad? Absolutely. Is it exploitative? Absolutely. Is it entertaining? Absolutely. And he's
I don't know. It makes me sad. I can't watch it.
I had to turn it off after a while. I was so rooting for this one woman, and she didn't make it.
This is what America's become. Yeah. And then they break down and cry, and he says, you got to do the work. You're not doing the work.
He didn't seem to be much of a motivational force, though, this guy. I mean, man, if he was a coach, your team would go 0-17.
He's not even motivating. He's like,
luckily, I'm still, in my 200-pound life. And that's good. And I'm trending downward, and that's good.
Yes.
But getting back to the pizza here, as the kids say,
that was great.
Don't sleep on the pizza because then you'll get cheese all over your butt.
2 slices and a drink for $7. He's got a sign outside, so he has to adhere to that.
So
how do you make money on it?
He uses the good grande cheese. He has a nice sauce, and when you get it fresh and hot right out of the oven here,
oh man,
that was as good a slice as I've had.
It's a really good pizza.
It's a good slice joint place. So
you can't find New York pizza, but that was as good as anything I had in New York.
It seems like he's
Yeah.
made the crust a little bit
I feel like it's not
thinner.
as doughy as it was too,
Sometimes
which
he has
is
it
even more
thicker.
New York.
Some people like it a little bit on the doughier side. My daughter's like that.
Which is fine.
But meanwhile, how about this place? You know, of course, cheesesteaks is in the name. And
Yes.
the past week, we've had Tom T, birthday boy, came in here
Oh, nice.
after the event on Saturday. His first trip here, he loved it. Him and Brian schmoozed a little bit.
Nice.
Another cheesesteak guru in South Florida, a guy named Stephen Rayau, who is not related
not
to
they
the
Rayau.
Rayau restaurant people, but he had a couple of cheesesteak places up in Deerfield and Boca. He's gotten out of the business since, but he came in here and wrote a very praiseworthy post on Red Seat. So Brian is getting his plaudits for his cheesesteaks, Philly cheesesteaks, which well deserved, and chicken wings to the stars, right?
Well, and here's the thing. I love a lot of
It's
things
so
about this
funny.
place because it's low key and it is what it is. And happened to come in here just because of Let's Eat South Florida. Actually, I had seen so many good reviews very early on.
And you signed them up. Good job.
Well, I
did.
mean, I didn't do anything. You know, you were the man. I mean, everybody. You mentioned Mike Mayo, and that's it. Next
They
thing
shudder
you know,
in fear.
guys writing a check and saying, "Will he say something nice about me?" I love this aspect of your life, but I mean, you have to love Brian's effort, the approach, the fact that everybody there in Let's Eat always mentions the owner couldn't be any
Yeah,
nicer.
they always know Brian
And
personally.
don't
then-
forget Sonata, also his
Well,
wife.
and on top of that all, I mean,
Who bakes.
there have been more messy sightings here than there have been by the Inter Miami CF
Right.
football team,
Right.
where he never plays.
He's rehabbing here with, I guess, at the same clinic as you, I guess. But Messi lives nearby and has
Comes here
apparently become
regularly.
a devotee of their wings. Brings the kids, brings the wife, and he's very unassuming that we hear. And
And now Tyreek Hill is coming in here.
and that is what Brian told us
Wow.
is that yesterday Dolphin superstar receiver Tyreek Hill came in and got some of the I guess
came
they
in
do
for the Philly
egg
cheese
rolls.
egg rolls.
Philly cheesesteak egg rolls. which
Ate
is
him
one
in
of
the
his
car and then said, "Screw
Came
this,"
back.
and came and ordered more.
I just wanted to know if he got anybody pregnant in the time he was here, but
I don't know.
we'll know in about 9 months in a lawsuit. But that's another
Neither
story.
here nor there.
Is Brian responsible if he served them a
Not at
diet
all.
Dr. Brown's?
No, there's no
It's-
alcohol
it's
on
in
the
the parking
premises.
lot.
It's all good. No, it's just a testimony to what a great job that he does here. A small, unassuming strip store. That
Well, even the
packs a
professor, who
powerful
just because
punch.
of the name vowed to never go here, did a show with us here, and left saying, "It pains me to say this, but that place is great."
Yeah. And of course, wicked is the expression in New England when something is wicked good or, wicked strong.
Two other places nearby, too, that both are good, but Wicked seems to stand out.
Yeah,
Yeah, no, it's this is a place that
I mean,
think
within a 2-mile radius going north, you have
well, the place by
two
you.
other dedicated Philly cheesesteak places.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, well that we don't even need to.
But
mention
I
the
don't think they have the
competition.
variety
Yeah, they did.
that they do here, and certainly if you're just going by Let's Eat South Florida reviews,
And-
this place definitely takes the cake, and they make cakes here also. on
Oh
top of
yeah,
that,
it's Sonata and Brian. They also operate a bakery. They deliver a lot of bread and other pastries and cakes. And so when you come in here, they have all a beautiful display, a case of all these cakes, fresh baked. I love their peanut butter pie, chocolate peanut butter pie. They got the whoopie pies.
Well, the
up
whoopie
here.
pies,
They
the
got
black and white
black
cookies
and
are my
white
wife's
cookies.
favorite.
It's hard for a diabetic like me. Anyway, so again, we love to sing the praises of people that
Well, he makes
deserve
it-
it.
they make it
and,
easy.
and you talk about other cheesesteak places. Tom T, he was really impressed when he came here because Brian gave him the full tour, and he takes him in the kitchen and he shows him where they are shaving the fresh ribeye. You know,
Real
it's not
ribeye.
frozen, it's not in some plastic, it's not steakums. You know, some places just get all these pre-sliced things and chop them up on the grill. He is slicing freshly shaved ribeye, and you can taste that quality. You can taste the difference.
Well, and priced lower than a lot of
That's
places.
what's interesting.
What's the place in Hollywood? Charlie's? Or what's the name of the place?
Oh, it's
The
like
Cheesesteak
it's a
Charlie's?
chain. No, well, no, wait.
Oh
No,
Sonny's.
Sonny's.
Yeah,
Sonny's
yeah,
is
yeah.
a great place. It's
Yeah.
been in business 65 years, family owned. and
Everybody
operated.
loves that place.
They
too.
bake their own
Yeah.
rolls. I'm a big fan of theirs. But this is, gives the equal, and again, especially for people from Philly. People from Philly can be just as every bit as insufferable as New Yorkers. Like when it comes to their
I wouldn't doubt it.
cheesesteaks, the way that New Yorkers are with our bagels and our pizza. But it's not like Philly. No, come in here. He uses the
They're from up
Amoroso
there.
rolls. He uses the Cooper White American. Like people are saying, oh, in Philly, it's only Cheese Whiz. No, in Philly, it's been provolone or Cheese Whiz or
Yeah, the other
this
American.
Cooper White has become the new, really nice, melty,
Yep.
cheese
don't- if
product
you want
that
a
you
real-
use in
yeah.
the cheesesteak. I don't know if it's a recent thing. I think Cooper White, I don't know how long the brand has been around, but I've been seeing it for the last couple of decades at the
The
better.
cheesesteak.
Are you a big cheesesteak guy in general?
No, me. I think the Philly sandwich should be the roast pork with
Oh, right,
broccoli
yeah.
rabe and provolone, which is who agreed with you? Was it one of the
Las Patas.
Spadas people, right? Gail
Oh,
or
Harry,
Harry?
yeah, he agreed with you.
People wanted to mock you, and he couldn't.
Yeah, because I mean, there was some unfavorable, unflattering things being said about Mayo at that dinner. And, no, they love you, man.
Yeah, no, man.
Gail is one of the biggest advocates for Let's Eat South Florida. In fact,
She's
I'm
on
going to
there.
a meeting with a sort of PR social media firm, and I mentioned this to them, and they're like, "Ah, I love it." Yeah, they're all in, man. Everybody around town, all over this.
Everybody's got to eat. Everybody's got opinions about food, and I do love the Let's Eat group, even though some days I get a little cranky about it. Meanwhile, I got
You just obsess over the negative, which
Well,
I understand it because you're an administrator and it bothers you. But I find this, I really do. We were talking about it yesterday and even the day before. It's just, the one person that has like a schmanky
Now,
experience.
let's
what
drop
can you
that.
do? Yeah.
I'm done with that.
Yeah.
And I did have on my notes today that one of the things that I love about the group is, besides, people will kind of spotlight new and notable
Look
places.
at, look
here we
at
go.
Brian.
He's
Look at
dropping
Brian.
in. We got
He's
Brian
dropping in
here.
something here.
He's
Oh,
dropping
my
in
Oh,
a
God.
look at this
chicken
sauce.
Philly.
This is an
A
interesting
chicken
sauce,
Philly.
Now you're talking.
I'm going for the cheesiest.
No,
section
take
here.
with the peppers. Oh, it's on the whole thing.
I
Never
already.
mind. That's all right. Then
He's got the
It's on the whole thing. Then
hot peppers, banana peppers.
No,
What's
I
the
am eating
sauce
this
here?
thing.
This is like a special. It's a chipotle aioli to go with the chicken cheesesteak. That
Do
I
we
have
demand
not
it,
had in a while.
Brian? The big
It
bite?
looks very
the
hot.
one
I'm
bite?
not doing any big bites today.
Oh, all right.
And now I've
I
got.
like the fact that Kevin not only put you up to one, but a double header.
So I gotta just talk about yesterday. Oh, he's got his camera out. Like
Yeah, so
I'm
he
gonna,
wants you to do
like
it,
I'm a
but-
trained monkey.
Help this
First
guy
of
out.
all,
Help him sell some
I'm
sandwiches.
gonna stretch a little bit of time because this thing looks hot, and if I
Oh
stuff
my
this all in my
God.
face right now, I would scald the entire,
It's-
not
it's
just the roof of my
smoking.
mouth, the sides of my mouth, my tongue.
Brian's literally
Put it in
waiting.
the fridge.
Wait,
for a
wait,
minute.
give me like 3 minutes, and he's look at him. How hot is it in there?
It's not hot enough for you to
No,
not
it's
do.
hot. I
Oh, yeah?
gotta wait, and it looks very. Oh God, wait!
Here we
I'm
go.
gonna take a little foreplay bite here.
Okay, that's a
Okay.
weird thing you just said out
How
loud.
dainty.
It needs a little time to settle.
All right.
All right, but getting back to yesterday. Yesterday, I think, was a historic day on the Lunchbox show.
Now you
because
guys went for the second.
we did a double.
I noticed
Well,
you were
talk
eating
about
right away. I
historic.
did see the beginning.
Since you
of it.
guys can see the chat, we're talking about chefs, people who are great on a grill. We do have Mr. Green Egg.
Oh, Ron Dimpleminer's
Ron
on
Dimpleminer
there.
on the line
Always
with
good
us.
to see Ron
Captain
around
Ron.
town. Love that. And he.
He does agree with you about the pork sandwich as well. So
Good. Yeah, roast pork with any food.
I
he
like
knows.
this better than that
Anybody
sandwich, but it's a
who
good
has
sandwich.
Look, I like cheesesteaks. I like chicken Phillies. I like it all. Look at me.
That's clear.
Getting back. So yesterday was a
Yesterday.
historic day. I think it was one of the greatest days in the history of the show, at least when it came to entertaining the owners and proprietors with my hijinks, because you were there for the batch show where he did a double on me. Like I did the
Yes.
pork slider. Okay, that's kind of par for the course.
I like the fact that I didn't have to do anything to motivate you.
But,
And
but then he brought out that orange, and he
the
had
orange was
the
great.
whole peeled orange, which was kind of a running joke on the Let's Eat group about the people complaining about
single
the price of
orange
oranges.
$1.50.
To be presented with a whole peeled orange with a little sprig of, I think it was like mint on top of it. And then I basically became the human juicer because I stuck the whole
you,
thing in my
shoved
mouth,
it down your mouth.
Yeah, it was
trying to
disgusting.
chomp on it, and then juice is just like dripping out everywhere.
The sandwich was worse though when you bit into that slider and then everything went flying, and that's why
Well-
I have another shirt that I was
Well-
going to wear to my appointment, and my wife, the Mustang, asked me to drop her off somewhere nearby here, and she says, "Why are you wearing that garbage shirt that you're wearing when you should be dressed up a little better?" I
Because
said,
you're sitting next to
'Cause
Mayo.
I'm sitting next to Mayo at a cheesesteak place with pizza and wings.
So
I'm going to end up with food on my shirt.
here's what you missed at the second half of the double header at J&C Oyster last night. We had a lovely time with Elisa, who is the general, managing partner there, who Caesar's sister. That it's a family affair there. She helps run both of the restaurants that are side by side there in Hollywood. She sat down. We were having a nice time, and that's far too classy a place for me to even think about doing a big bite
Would it be
until
You would
appropriate
think.
to
You
do
would
until-
it?
think.
she brought out the steak tartare, which is on this like milk toast. So it's kind of like an open face, beautiful, like really high end with this truffle mayonnaise.
Yep,
Lubie loved the
It
stuff,
was
but
fantastic.
little diced up, high quality. We'll call it rare, but it's really raw.
Yeah.
Beef tenderloin. On this toast point, I said, I'm not going to do that. And then I saw it was in quarters. So I said, oh, yeah, I
Like,
can
ate
do
the whole
that.
freaking quarter.
So I just shoved it, really went in very easy. This very soft.
And it was
milk bread.
annoying.
And Lubie,
Elisa, the sister / managing partner,
so
enjoyed it.
not only that, she was kind of, she was
She was like, wow.
a little bit, again, shocked. But Lubie says, and it's hard to believe, but he actually has a girlfriend. And she, without missing a beat, says, I can see why. Which is one of the greatest comeback lines.
I was like, no, don't egg it on.
And what can I say?
Well, don't
oral.
disappoint Brian here. I mean,
well,
wait a minute
Brian
and
is,
wait till he comes back.
I am ready. I think the chicken is.
I mean,
I'll wait till he
is
comes
this
back.
Brian
preserved
will
in
be-
time on
he'll
the
be
show
fine.
somehow?
How about
It will
this?
be on air forever.
Oh, you know what?
Sadly.
Let's take our first break. And I did want to talk about one of the reasons I love Let's Eat beyond the kvetchers and the
Oh, man,
ridiculous
this thing
complaints.
Look at the steaming.
But it happened yesterday, and it's about that sense of community when something, let's say, life events happen, and they had the death of a local food icon in that Elliot
that was
from the
sad.
Coney Island Joe.
What
But
a
I
shame.
want to talk more about that after the break, because the sense of community and the way people came together was kind of.
Was
really
he only in
nice.
his 70s, that guy?
Yeah, he was mid
75. I don't want to give you
I
any
thought
kind
he
of.
was much
Yeah,
older.
kinda
than
hard.
that.
All right, I might as well have the discussion now because it's
Yeah.
too
Well,
late.
by
But-
the way, you've always talked about, before we get to serious, I'll get on the lighter side. You've always talked about different merch for Mike Mayo's Lunchbox, shirts, hats.
Yep.
George actually has a thing that fits perfect, and I'm not going to wear it, nor Defo. Mike Mayo's Lunchbox bibs.
or how about wipes?
Why? Both.
Need that, like the towelettes, the moist towelettes
I
that you
love
usually
that
get at the
idea.
Chinese restaurant
that's
after
a
you eat
great
your
idea.
ribs or wings there. Yes, I have been
That sauce
approached.
has a
We
nice- Oh, sorry about that. That sauce has a nice kick to it.
yeah,
Yeah, that's fine.
Very good.
His he's called it a chipotle some
A
sort of sauce.
Chipotle Oli.
Wow.
Yeah,
Nice.
chipotle aioli. It's got a nice kick. I'm gonna wait for him.
Yeah,
You know
so
what?
You can do your thing.
We're going to do the discussion. Let's take our
Yeah.
first break. But before we do, today's title sponsor, Casa D'Angelo, 3 locations, one in Aventura, one in Fort Lauderdale, right there on Federal Highway and Big Bend, 1209 North Federal. And then the one we visited a couple of weeks ago with Chef Ricky, Boca Raton.
Yeah, it's great.
You can't lose at all 3. It is the finest in quality Italian cuisine, impeccable service, great ingredients, and that wine selection, unbelievable. They have it all, whether it's a special occasion or just a kind of nice date night. You want to go in there, you can even sit at the bar and make it more casual. Casa D'Angelo, just tell them the Lunchbox sent you, and they are open 7 days a week.
Nice.
I think. No, maybe they're closed Mondays. I should know these things, but you go in there.
Well, what a
this week.
show they put on for us when we had lunch
Oh,
up
yeah,
there. I mean, they're not
it's-
open for lunch, but
Yeah,
the
it's
specialty treatment by Chef Ricky was phenomenal.
It's
ridiculous.
all good
Yeah.
at Casa D'Angelo.
Always been top notch. I mean, right from the very beginning. And they haven't lost a step. They've expanded, and it hasn't hurt them any. It's fantastic.
Pastas, classic, Italian dishes, the veal, and of course specials. They got all this great fish and seafood that they love to put on display and serve it in the best preparations imaginable. Okay, that's it. Oh, Brian's coming back.
Got more
I'm gonna-
Oh,
all
good.
right.
Here we go, Brian. You
Before-
ready? It's short time.
Before we take the first break, if you want to get the camera out, I
you,
will.
you could go to Tijuana
I'll
and get
be
a show
your
like
freak.
this, or
I'll
we
be
could
your
have it right
freak
here.
show.
Here we go.
Exactly.
This is ridiculous now,
Okay.
but
Get everybody
this
loaded
is
up.
the life I have chosen.
Here we go.
You created this freaking thing. I love Brian.
Oh my God!
And I
That
want
might
to
be
get
the best one
Brian,
ever, Brian.
recording Mayo.
Oh, he didn't get it all in. He didn't get it all.
That
in.
was a crappy one. It's just
It's
hot.
hot.
All right, we're going to break. We'll see you after this from Wicked Cheesesteaks on Mike Mayo's Lunchbox.
From a scratch kitchen, delicious drinks and house-made spirits from a craft bar. A great vibe inside and out with a spacious patio. I'm talking about Batch New Southern Kitchen and Tap, Fort Lauderdale, in the heart of the city at 525 North Federal Highway. It's open 7 days for lunch, dinner, and weekend brunch with classics like fried chicken and waffles and shrimp and grits, and creative items like pecan-crusted salmon and a fried green tomato BLT. And the drinks? Smooth sipping and so good. There's convenient free parking and a garage next door, happy hour at the bar, an entire patio, 4 to 7 Monday to Friday, and live music every Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. It's pet and people friendly and with cozy fire pits for when the temperature dips. For reservations and more information, go to bashsouthernkitchen.com. If you like seafood in a comfortable setting, outdoors, even keel fish shack at the corner of A1A and Commercial Boulevard in Lauderdale by the Sea, and also now with a new location on Las Olas Boulevard. Those are my spots. Upscale food in a down-home setting. The chef owners, Dave and Brad, do a terrific job with all the seafood classics that you want. They have the best grilled oysters in town, bang bang shrimp, lobster rolls, and deli fish specials. They also have weekend brunch Saturday and Sunday. They have daily happy hour 4 to 7, and they also have other weekly specials like mussels on Monday and oysters on Tuesday. Go to Even Keel Fish Shack and tell them that the Lunchbox sent you. Best restaurants in South Florida? Casa D'Angelo is always at the top of my list. First-class dining, top-flight service, elegant atmosphere, and chef-founder Angelo Ilia is legendary. The flagship in Fort Lauderdale has been serving the finest Italian cuisine since 1997, with other locations in Boca Raton and Aventura. As Angelo himself says, they have an unwavering commitment to unparalleled quality with meticulous attention to details. It's so good, with house-made pastas, pristine seafood, unique meats like elk chops and bison, and seasonal specialties including fragrant fresh truffles from Italy. All locations open 7 days for dinner. Reservations recommended. For a special occasion or any occasion, Casa D'Angelo. Tell them Mike Mayo sent you. If you're looking for an exquisite sushi experience, Kaizen Sushi Bar and Grill in Fort Lauderdale is the place to go. 5640 North Federal Highway, just north of Commercial Boulevard. Chef owner Hui Lam, he's a sushi savant, slicing and serving pristine fish and seafood flown in directly from Japan and around the world. Nigiri, sashimi, special rolls, and omakase dinners. He's ruined me from going anywhere else. It's that good. Open 7 days for dinner and also for lunch. Even if you're not a sushi fan, they have great cooked options, including steaks, chops, rice and noodles, and other Japanese dishes. It's fantastic. For reservations and information, go to kaizenflorida.com. Tell them Mike Mayo and the Lunchbox sent you. Delicious Mexican food with innovative twists. Margaritas with a medley of tongue-tingling flavors. I'm talking about Taco Craft, Taqueria, and Tequila Bar. The place to go on Taco Tuesday and every day. It's located at 510 North Federal and Highway in Fort Lauderdale, and also in Lauderdale by the Sea at Plantation Walk, and soon in Coral Springs. Taco Craft has specials every day, including bottomless drinks for a Sunday brunch, and Taco Tuesdays with their $4 premium tacos, including their new burrito tacos with bone marrow broth. Oh, it's so good. They've even made a taco lover out of me, and they've got so much more, including fajitas, that open-faced smashed cheeseburger tortilla that's new, and a guacamole sample that's an explosion of flavors. The kitchen is open late. There's delivery and takeout. For more information, go to tacocraft.com. Tell them Mike Mayo, the Lunchbox, sent you. All right, we're back on the Lunchbox at Wicked Cheesesteaks in Fort Lauderdale, right there, 4824 North Federal Highway. And I downed the rest of that chicken Philly during the break. It was a little bit hot. Also, hot spice-wise, he's got 2 peppers he put in there, the hot peppers and the banana peppers. You feeling it a little bit?
I'll never forget the time at Pizza Spot when you had the cherry bomb pepper pizza.
Yeah, with the bacon and the cherry peppers.
You were telling the proprietor there to kick it up a little bit. And you know, we were talking about that a little bit yesterday with regard to when you're getting a takeout or whatever, do you ask for extra spicy? Because you don't know what they interpret as being extra spicy. But I'll never forget how green you turn in the middle of eating one of those slices. Yeah, and Mohan couldn't handle it at all.
She's from Trinidad. You know, Trini usually can take the spice and the heat, and even she was working up a good schwitz, like trying to get that.
This has a nice kick to it, though. And then on top of that, we have garlic parmesan
wings. Look at these wings.
Which is a Lubie favorite.
They're bigger than my face. It's like Chernobyl wings here. They are
really nicely done. He prepares them differently. He doesn't just throw them in the fryer, because I think they bake them in the oven for a little while and also fry them. And they come out great.
Oven crisp, lots of garlic around it. Don't kiss me later. Sorry, Val. But that's a good wing.
Didn't even use the
and he's been telling people, even Tom T, when he came in here, was impressed because he's using these organic wings that come in that are, no antibiotics, no added hormones.
They're just nice size. It's not because of hormones or anything like that.
Big and beautiful. And
He uses great ingredients. Look, the fact that he uses real ribeye for his cheesesteak. Some of these cheesesteaks are a lot more money, and there's no way I feel like they're using ribeye. So like, it's very impressive what he does here.
and do you think Brian's giving me a hint? He sent out a nice.
You said
big
you
green
asked. I
salad.
feel
What
like
is
you
that,
didn't. I didn't hear you ask.
Is that
for
the
a
accidental
salad.
dinner salad that came with the meal?
Yeah.
That you didn't.
It's a little bit of a hint. I need to eat. Could use a
He's like,
few
I think it needs
salads in
some
my
green.
life. I'm not going to start to argue. I kind of
I was
agree.
like, I agree.
Anyway, really good chicken Philly. That's definitely. I don't think I've ever had one of those. I usually have either had the regular cheesesteak.
I think we had it once, but it wasn't like this. This is different than what we've had in the past.
Yeah, kicked it up a notch.
He did something with it.
All right, so getting back to yesterday we got sad news, and the way. So somebody submitted it as a post to Let's Eat about the unfortunate passing of Elliot Garber, who better known as Coney Island Joe. He ran this hot dog stand, very modest stand that was in this parking lot, kind of like food truck area that is Seminole land,
Yep.
actually next to this paintball park right there on Sheridan Street.
It's
west
like right
of
around the
441.
corner from the Hard Rock, and then right down the street from Delaware.
Yeah, and it's also close to Sonny's Cheesesteaks down there, Sonny's Steak Hoagies in Hollywood, old part of Western Hollywood. Anyway, when people submit things on the group that if they're saying that a restaurant has closed, or if somebody is saying somebody has died, the journalist in me says we can't just put that up there without checking first, because that would be irresponsible, because people could pull a hoax. Or somebody could say that a restaurant is closed when they were just gone for a vacation for a week. So when it comes to things like that come in, and we approve every post, so we have to wait to approve things. In the case of this, a gentleman who was a friend and longtime customer submitted it, but I had to go run and check it out. And I was able to confirm the sad news that Elliot Garber had indeed passed away. And then we posted it. But the heartening thing about the group is that real sense of community, and you see how much of an impact one proprietor, one humble hot dog salesman had. So many people saying, "Oh my God, this is terrible news. Oh, I went here all the time when I was a kid." The memories, that food places and food triggers in people, and it just that sense of community.
You and Defo talk about it all the time. I mean, I haven't been to those boroughs that you guys grew up in, but I can feel it when you guys talk about it.
So that post was kind of the way the news broke, and that kind of sent it off to the Sun Sentinel people. And then Philip Valise, who's the he's the features food writer now, he actually wrote a formal obituary talking to his daughters and one of his sisters, and a little bit more background. He was from Brooklyn. He did go to Tilden High School. I don't know what high school you went to.
I didn't go to high school in Brooklyn.
Oh, you didn't? Oh, I
No,
didn't know. Oh, you were in Long
I
Island.
was in
guy,
Long
right.
Island by then.
Okay, but Tilden High, Brooklyn born, proud Brooklynite, always, was kibitzing with the customers, talking about their favorite, knishes and hot dogs in New York.
The Gabillas in the background.
Yeah.
Somebody posted a picture of the guy, and what I loved about it, he did the red onion thing, which is not like a huge popular hot dog thing, but it is in New York. You get the option. He did that, and then on top of that, he featured the Gabillas knishes, which cooked right. I mean, not from a frozen batch that I get, used to buy in Publix.
He had a little flat top grill that he would kind of grill up the knishes. He also did the Nathan's French fries that he bought those frozen bags, but then he had a little drop fryer and he would fry them up. And, he was true to his Brooklyn roots. And he was, again, when people like my daughter would come up and ask for ketchup on a hot dog, or some people, God forbid, would actually ask for mayonnaise on a hot dog, he would grimace and give him a little grief, but he would eventually comply because he was one of those that wanted to make his customers happy. But just the way everybody kind of contributed and shared their thoughts, and you got a sense of the guy better by reading it, and that's kind of really the whole point. It's the better part of social media, where it is that kind of town square kind of vibe, and everybody kind of comes together, shares memories. And then it was heartening to see that his family and his I guess it's a daughter of his that's in Texas basically chimed in and thanked everybody for their memories. And also, talked about, there is going to be a funeral service on Sunday that I think is open to anybody.
Will they be serving hot dogs?
Well, should have the card. That's the funny part.
Yeah.
there's going to be holding a reception afterwards that they will be having hot dogs, but that part is not open to the general public. That's just for friends and family only.
Yeah.
A hot dog reception in his memory.
yeah.
But the other thing
Was that it for the place, though? I mean, is there any plan to
and
continue?
This is
That
the
would
other
be cool if
good
they kept it
part
going,
of
yeah.
the group, that the daughters, the family, let it be known that they want to continue the stand, and that they will share updates, but they don't know exactly what, if somebody's going to take over and sublet it from them, or if somebody in the family might start running it. They said they do want to keep the hot dog and stand Coney Island Joe's going.
Nice.
And that is good news for people that want that kind of quick and easy and very affordable lunch. He did a 2 hot dogs with a drink for like $8, and 2 hot dogs with a knish and a drink for $11.
Imagine that at a ball game.
Oh, no, great.
A Marlin game, that's $98.
But
and they were proud of it too. It's like, hey, 2 for $98.
People go and they still pay it because, as TT Barnum said. But all right, anyway, that place, it had a soft spot in my heart. Me and my daughter like going there frequently. And it was just also very heartening to see the reaction on the group, and the fact that people can share the post that this guy, posted originally in the afternoon yesterday, seen by 40,000 people, shared like 200 times, so it's kind of, the word got out through that. And we, again, express our condolences to all of Elliot's family and friends and longtime customers. Good guy, and he will be missed, and we will raise a hot dog to him later on with onions.
You love that guy, man. What was your go-to order there? How did you have it?
I get
mustard, relish, and onions.
I would do the 2.
You don't do relish?
So he had options there, because he had the dirty water dogs that were sitting in the
sauerkraut
in the water.
Sauerkraut guy.
He also had grilled. He had hot dogs sitting on a grill. So
water.
My go-to order there was 1 grilled, which was kind of like the Nathan style with the crisp skin,
I like that,
with the mustard and sauerkraut, and then one of the dirty water dogs with the brown mustard and the red onion sauce. And that is like the whole, cornucopia of
right
New
back
York
in New York
hot dog stuff.
Yeah.
You're in Brooklyn, you're in Manhattan.
And
It's beautiful.
I would get it with the Nathan's fries, not the knish. Some people are knish people. And
It would have been hard to resist the knish at that place.
not only did he have Dr. Brown soda and he had seltzer, but my go-to drink there, and it's probably the worst thing you can put in your body.
A Bloody Mary.
No.
I don't know if you had
I'll
alcohol.
give you
but he could have used
2-word hint. Yogi Berra.
Oh, Yoo-hoo? Get out of here.
He has Yoo-hoo in the
Yoo-hoo.
can.
You remember the slogan on the Yoo-hoo ad?
If you drink this, you will die soon.
No. Although that was in evidence on the 600-pound woman that I was watching last night. It's Mihi for Yoo-hoo.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
Remember that?
I drank that stuff so much playing.
And that worked. I mean, some advertising guy got paid a fortune to come up with it's Mihi for Yoo-hoo.
My buddy would get that every time after we play basketball. I'm like, it's like Defo with the
Exactly.
beer. I'm like, why are you drinking that?
It was like chocolate water. It was disgusting. Yeah.
triggers so many memories of, you go to the playground, you play a game of hoops, you play some, a handball, stickball, whatever. And then we would go to the corner, candy store, and they also had all the sodas and drinks. I would always get the Yoo-hoo.
Really?
Sometimes in cans, sometimes in the bottle. And then when
It was kind of like a Chunky in a way, where you thought the Chunky was smaller than the other chocolate bars, so you were reluctant to order it, but it was better
Yeah.
because it had the raisins and the nuts,
Yep.
and they did it like in a proportion that was great. So a Yoo-hoo was one of those things that I had to debate, overcome the desire to get like a Coke, a Cherry Coke, or a 7-Up.
Yoo-hoo was great until I got to the point where I started reading the ingredient
My
list.
problem is it's not milk. It's like
And-
water mostly.
and when
It's
you
just
read,
water, yeah.
there is not one single ingredient except for maybe water that you could identify or know what it
It's
is.
texture.
Is
It's
that
like,
not true of all sodas, though? I mean,
No, some
Oh,
of them
soda, yeah.
Yeah,
Well, no,
well, this
no,
boiling
these
stuff-
are
this
better.
happens to be
These are
one
like
of the
cane
best
sugar
diet sodas
and-
I've ever had.
Okay, here's the ingredient
Boiling.
list for this: carbonated water, natural and artificial flavors,
Jesus.
caramel color, sodium benzoate, which is a preservative, sucralose, which is Splenda, citric acid, asfolamate potassium. So I don't know what that is, but the Yoo-hoo ingredients is like
No, it's a ton.
completely
The
artificial.
Yoo-hoo didn't
like,
have the ingredients listed. They had a
fake
skull and
chocolate.
crossbones
Exactly.
on the back. It's just-
Surgeon General's book.
Yeah, they paid what was that guy's name? Jay Krupp or whatever. The guy, who was the guy?
Oh, the heart guy.
Yeah.
Who was the guy that was the Surgeon General?
Everett Krupp.
Everett Krupp.
C. Everett Krupp.
Yeah, C. Everett
Who
Krupp.
looked like
Isn't it ever Coop?
he
or
should
Krupp?
be
I think it was
on
Coop.
600-pound life, scolding
He
people.
didn't look too healthy. It's kind of like the irony of Jim Fix checking out at an early age when all he was doing was gargling with grape nuts.
Seaver Coop looked like Colonel Sanders, slightly
Seaver
skinnier
Coop,
brother.
yeah, he was one of those weird guys with a beard with no mustache. That always scares me.
That's sort of
Beard,
weird.
no mustache. That look,
It is
unless
creepy.
you're in Amish country. What the hell?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So once we're talking about Coney Island Joe's, there was some also chatter in that whole
Is
comment
there any other
chain.
place
What-
like it?
Well, there's other hot dog stands nearby in Dania, a place called Hot Diggity Dog, which is also kind of more of a Chicago dog place. But what the comment thread brought up was that in Brooklyn there was another place known as Coney Island Joe's that Elliot was not related to that at all. But I remember it. It used to be this truck on Utica Avenue and Linden Boulevard, and I would go there sometimes. They were known for putting 2 hot dogs on one of those. You know how those club rolls that you would get at a deli sometimes.
sure,
So
yeah.
he would put a double hot dog and a club roll,
Oh, Jesus.
and then you would slather it with the mustard and the sauerkraut.
See,
It was a good thing. It was
I don't like getting cute with a hot dog.
That's a lot.
I mean,
it was a double dog.
I like the fact that you had the choices there. That sounds great.
That's a lot.
Because the grilled over at Nathan's fantastic, and then yet there's nothing better than seeing a guy that looked like he just changed the oil in his car reach into a vat of water with some greasy looking fork
Right.
there, spear a dog for you, and then so mustard,
onions. That was that Aqueduct race.
the Onion Man was at Aqueduct. He was a burger guy though.
Oh, he did
Those
onions
burgers were great though.
There we go.
Fantastic. And then the only thing he ever said was onion.
Yep.
Onion. And you would nod yes, and he never had any other conversation.
I missed the pretzel
That's what I
guys
meant.
outside of Belmont
Those guys were
Park.
great, yeah.
Pretzels after the daily double, the late double.
But what happened
If
to
you
those
got
pretzels?
out-
You
if-
can't get anything like that anymore, no matter what, no matter how good they are, no matter how gourmet they are. I was just in the Atlantic City airport, and they sell these Philadelphia pretzels that are wrapped up in saran wrap.
Yeah.
And they're okay. You know what? But it still
Wawa
isn't
has
the same.
pretzels.
Yeah.
Wawa has
Wawa has the
Okay,
same
it's like a
type.
Jersey
Yeah.
thing.
They have the Philly pretzel. They have the cream cheese stuffed pretzels.
But it's nothing
They're
like
okay.
the old New York 3 for $1 jobs.
Those big pretzels you'd get on the
Yeah.
also on the street carts.
Coming right out of the tunnel.
And I would put mustard on those.
I like
That was-
I like regular or hot mustard on that.
I would put the brown mustard, the spicy brown mustard, and those pretzels also are very crunchy because back then the way they were baked and prepared was with a little bit of lye, and this is something we've talked about.
So what happened? It got outlawed, the lie?
I don't
They
know.
realized
I
it was
guess-
killing people?
Well,
It took them like 50
the right
years.
balance. No, they used to to kind of crisp up the exterior of things like pretzels and bagels. They would dip it in lye, but again, the old school bakers knew the right amount so that it wouldn't kill.
Is there a right
anybody.
amount?
Yeah, there
Is there a right amount of poison?
Yeah, it's like the right amount of LSD or
Yeah.
magic
I
mushrooms.
mean,
you know?
obviously, I'm still alive, and I ate like zillions of those, man. I loved them. I couldn't
Right
get
amount
enough
of
of them.
cocaine.
Salt and bread. I mean, for some reason, that had massive
Oh.
appeal to me as a kid.
That's it. But anyway, it was kind of a sad day, but
Very
it
sad
was
day.
a trip down memory lane. And it was just also heartening to see everybody kind of come together, share their memories. That is the positive part of Let's Eat, and that is now exactly what I'm choosing to focus
I
on.
like
is-
you're getting away from the negativity. 'Cause,
Yeah.
you know what? I think it gets to you, and I think it does impact your overall behavior.
Well,
and certainly Lubie's seen it too, where,
Oh,
where
yeah.
you come in,
So-
maybe you lost money the night before or whatever, but usually it's after some transactions on Let's Eat, and then like we say hello and you snap.
So let just for a moment put yourself in my shoes, okay? I am looking at this thing, let's say
You see tons of negatives. Is it like
twice a
lots of negatives?
day.
No,
I
it
go
would
in,
be too much.
I
yeah.
go in and I do these sweeps, and sometimes it piles up that there's like 80 posts
Oh,
in the
Jesus.
bin. 20 of them you just immediately reject because they're spam or people
Yeah, you
like
get a lot of
promoting their own
business, yeah.
restaurants. That's easy. Then you have the ones that people who just again, and I'm going to say this,
Like
people,
my father, who don't put the
No,
location.
people in Fort Lauderdale are the worst. They think the whole world revolves around Fort Lauderdale, so they put a name of a restaurant and they never put the city. And then I have to send it back to them saying, where, what city? And if
Yeah.
I had $1 for every time I've
You
done
know
that,
what? You can
I'd be
you can
richer
sense
than
the,
Steve Ross.
You can sense the dripping sarcasm when you fire back with that. I don't even know if you need to know you to realize that you were just fuming. I mean, I can see it. You
So-
stopped just short of
so-
going all caps.
So let's say I do this for like an hour to get through it.
Yeah.
You know, I have to send some back, and then like some people will write things that just trigger me, and some people are doing it just to get a rise out of me.
They
the
are.
people that
Well,
are
it's not hard.
And it works.
and when I do it all, look, I should go out for more walks. I should do some more yoga exercise.
No, you're doing better. I thought
It's
you
fine.
were out today. I
I think
mean, it
it's
took
funny.
some
Yeah.
some desire, some personal intestinal
Absolutely
fortitude to
helps
get out there.
when my
Sure.
daughter is around in town. It helps ground me, and seeing her smiling face. And but yeah, you're right. There are some times where I do let it get to me. And I guess if I'm going to be making a New Year's resolution, it's going to be the Jewish New Year soon enough, early
Yeah,
October.
October.
I will make my Rosh Hashanah resolution to not let it all get to me as much.
It's not getting to you like it did. There
It's
was
way
a
better
period
than
there-
before.
Yeah,
Yeah.
there was a period about 6 months ago where you
Well,
you
the
were
year-
just in a dark place from
Yeah.
Let's Eat South
I-
Florida posts. And you were firing back at everybody in an almost like an unbelievably obnoxious administrative fashion.
Yeah.
As if you were like trying to show people what Project 2025 was going to be about 4 years from now.
and they're not.
And
gonna listen.
then you lightened up. Lubie and I both got to you with that thing about the carpaccio.
Yeah.
I was gonna
Yeah.
say when you yelled at the guy.
that
That was the
was-
end of it.
that was
I
a
was like,
big-
dude, it's just he's
very
eating at
big-
Anthony's
Guy got a
very,
carpaccio
very
at 7-Eleven and you're comparing it
douchey
to Runway.
move.
Yeah.
Um, because, well, whatever. It's
There's a
I-
place for everything.
I
mean, there
want
really is.
everybody to share,
Yeah.
and if they think something is really good and it
That's
happens to be
fine.
mid, as the kids
So
say,
the-
mid. When
yes,
did mid become?
But
a
you
thing?
can do your
Middling,
own post
meh.
glorifying Runway. We love Runway.
Right.
It doesn't have to be. Again, you always talk about rising.
But I always
tide
want to
raises
say,
the
hey,
boat.
if you think this is good, you should try that.
So
Save up
do
your
that
pennies.
in a DM. Don't have to do it on their post that
Yeah.
everyone's actually like,
No, you're
oh,
right.
that's a nice carpaccio.
That was
You ought to just
insufferable.
put your phone number on there.
Yeah.
Text me.
Like,
Should
text
we
him.
give it out, Lubie? And then you can just text Mayo.
So-
No, the
Whenever
people
you
know
have a
my
complaint.
email address, Mike.
They can email- you can email them.
Email me anytime.
But you can blow up an email a lot easier. A text you
Exactly.
temptation to look at it.
Oh, hey, let's take our second break.
Yes, sir.
Before we do,
Talk about someplace that we really love.
I'm going to talk about something.
Oh, good,
I saw
good.
Phil last night. Phil Mayo
So he did come
came
out.
What's he
Nice.
doing now?
Well, it was great because with Dine Out Lauderdale going on now, and with J&C Oyster being one of the participating restaurants,
Yep.
Phil wanted to come out. He hadn't been there yet, even though he's a Hollywood
Oh, that's
resident.
interesting.
And so I treated him. Actually, we didn't do the Dine Out menu. We did their happy hour menu. We did a lot of great dishes. He was blown away, and he wants to kind of rope them in and become more involved in the upcoming
The fest, yeah.
January food festival, where they do these intimate dinners, collaborative dinners with different chefs from out
Yeah.
of town. So hopefully on the schedule for the upcoming 2025 project, talk about Project 2025, the food festival project is going to be
It's a
great.
better project.
That's a great project.
All
Yeah.
kinds of great restaurant, all kinds of great dinners, like our friend, the kickoff dinner at Heritage Reno.
Yep, yep.
And you could go online to vlfoodwine.com right now to get tickets for the some of the big events like the grand tasting. But there will be these great dinners around town, Union Kitchen and Bar, where we're going to be in a couple of weeks with our friends in Union Kitchen and Bar, taking part in Dine Out Lauderdale. More than 180 restaurants around town. All these great deals, multi-course dinners at various price points to get you out and about and enjoying all the great food, especially this time of year when, things tend to slow down a little bit. And that's why the restaurants want to take great care of the locals. Go online to dineoutlauderdale.com to get the full list of everything that's available out there. Going to be a fantastic time for you all month long, August and also September. So get out there, eat, and enjoy all that Greater Fort Lauderdale has to offer.
This guy, Phil, they do a great job. They
Yep.
really do. I
Yep.
mean, you talk about well-run events.
Yep.
Every one of them just comes off like clockwork. And
And
it's really fantastic.
they had a tough time because they launched this festival basically the year before COVID, right?
Yeah.
COVID hits. At this point, it's not a well-established thing. They had to go out and drive Uber Eats to kind of pay the bills for a while.
Oh, wow.
And that's one of the memories he shared on the Elliott thread, is that him and his fiance, Kate, would go and stop for hot dogs at Coney Island
Oh, yeah?
Joe's
Really?
while they were driving Uber Eats during the
Wow.
pandemic, to get by. And they got by, and now look at them. They
Yeah,
are
they're soaring.
they're
food
thriving.
festival impresarios that are just getting it done. Again, get your early bird tickets for the grand tasting now at vlfoodwine.com and check out all the restaurants for Dine Out Lauderdale at dineoutlauderdale.com.
Man, this place has some kick, huh? This chicken Philly, Lubie, have you gotten involved?
I
Yeah,
put a
you
lot
did.
of mayonnaise on it because I'm a wuss. I'm not like you guys.
Mayonnaise.
Are we on break number 2? Is it
Yes.
break number
Yeah,
2?
coming back.
Let's do it, and then we'll get to break number 3, and then the finish line at Wicked Cheesesteaks.
Got your priorities straight.
Be one of the best restaurants in Broward, J&C Oyster in downtown Hollywood. At 2035 Harrison Street, this place is fantastic and worth a drive. It's got creative, cutting-edge seafood and more with an Asian twist and gorgeous cocktails. Chefs Raheem Seeley and Monica Dominguez cut their teeth at some of Miami's best restaurants. Don't miss some of these fantastic dishes, including grilled oysters, fried chicken, and the Thai red curry crab. Open Wednesday through Sunday for dinner with daily happy hour and outdoor seating. Go to jncoyster.com for reservations and information. Tell them Mike Mayo's Lunchbox sent you. When I'm looking for some wicked good food for a wicked good lunch, there's only one place to go. That's Wicked Cheesesteaks in Fort Lauderdale. It's at 4824 North Federal Highway, just south of Commercial Boulevard and across from Holy Cross Hospital. My friend Brian there, he will hook you up with some really tasty treats. They've got cheesesteaks, just like the best you can find in Philly, along with lobster rolls, because that's where he's from, Maine originally. And they have wings and pizza and everything you want to have a really good time. Wicked Cheesesteaks, they're open every day but Tuesday. Check them out online, wickedcheesesteaks.com. Tell them the Lunchbox sent you. If you're looking for a great place for steaks, seafood, and more, go to Tropical Acres Steakhouse and Butcher Shop. It's at 2500 Griffin Road in Dania, just west of I-95 and the airport. They've been there a long time, since 1949. That means they're doing something right. You'll get old school hospitality from the Studiali family, along with great value, tremendous service. Of course, you could also go into the bar for happy hour every day, 4 to 6, and they have great value all night long. Also, a butcher shop that's open every day from 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. except Sunday. The dining room is open every day at 4:30 except Sunday. Go to Tropical Acres. Tell them the Lunchbox sent you. Prezzo Italian Restaurants, 2 locations, Boca Raton at Park Place on Military Trail and Palm Beach Gardens in the PGA Commons on PGA Boulevard. Contemporary Italian cuisine with house-made pastas, wood-fired pizzas, salads, veal, chicken, and of course their famous focaccia bread with oven-roasted garlic bulbs. In Garlic We Trust is their slogan, and you can trust Prezzo for a great experience with gracious service and tremendous value. Open 7 days, featuring brunch, lunch, dinner, and happy hour. Great wine deals and full bar at both locations. For reservations and more information, go to eatprezzo.com. Back on the Lunchbox, Brian, because we haven't had enough to eat, drops a small cheesesteak pizza in front of us. And the upset of the day is during the break, I was enjoying this beautiful garden salad, which led Brian to remark, I don't think I've ever seen Mayo eat a salad before.
Well, we've seen you dabble in it, but not much. You're not a big fan of the salads. I will have to say this, and Kevin was brilliant yesterday on the show from Batch Southern Kitchen, which is another answer to the question. And I threw Heritage on this thread because people have asked many times, Parker Playhouse or going to a show, what's nearby?
Right.
When you have that Federal place right in the complex there, Heritage right around the corner, Batch down the street. But I put that Cobb salad that they served me yesterday, which you can get a Cobb salad, a variety of it in many, many different places. A lot of them do a good job. That was as good a salad as I've had. I put it in my top 3 desirable salads here in South Florida now, which would include the kale salad at Taco Craft, underrated, not something people would commonly think of. And then, of course, at Heritage,
Sicilian salad.
Sicilian salad, chopped Sicilian salad is great. This Cobb salad was as good as any I've
It's
ever
funny
had.
you mentioned, because I've been trying to get my daughter to come with me to Batch one time. She always says,
She hasn't even gone?
She would like it.
She's never
No?
gone.
No,
Oh,
she-
she
I said, what's her name? Natalia.
Forget your daughter's name. There you go.
It's
she's only been gone 2 weeks.
It's not just what you think of as Southern food. They've got
She's only a freshman.
they've got all this really healthy stuff. And I was explaining to her about this grilled peach burrata salad,
really nice.
the Cobb salad. She goes, oh, wow, that sounds good. she's finally agreed to go with
The
me
red
for
fish,
lunch.
I mean,
next,
is nice.
next
and
week
pretty
we're going to
light.
go for a daddy-daughter lunch
That
before she goes back to
barbecue
school.
corn on the cob thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was great. They
Good
do a lot of
stuff.
stuff.
Came
They're
with a lot of
very-
other things.
Thank you to Kevin and Brian. I
Great
bought
guys.
a bottle of their
the espresso martini, and then you got
the
whiskey,
espresso
too.
martini is pre-mixed, and that they were nice enough to comp us. But I did actually pony up for the charity bottle of the Whistle Pig Rye that's benefiting
nice.
the Paws No Kill Shelter, the dogs. And you always rag on me for not being a dog lover, but I showed my love for the dogs by buying a bottle of hooch. And I'm
There
going
you
to
go.
enjoy that over the next coming
very
weeks
good.
and months.
If you want to take care of a
Yeah.
husky, you can really show your
Yeah.
love, and you can watch Wolf for me.
But
I'll take that.
they do a great job there, and I will be taking Natalia in
That's
there
a lot of
finally. Now,
You notice the way Lubie so daintily and carefully spread that cheese.
Well, this
on
is
his
not great
pizza?
for you, but I really
I
enjoy
think
the
he's on the
flavor.
spectrum. The way sometimes he handles
he
things.
painted
Because
that
I'm
like he
trying to
was,
not have too much bad things, but I also enjoy food that
He
tastes
sounds like
good.
Trump
so-
now. I try not to have too much bad things.
I try.
I spread the,
It's not easy.
my
Is the
cheese
Trump
sauce.
unraveling in your opinion, or
Uh-huh.
is,
Oh, that's
Yeah,
all.
is
we-
that just a
it's,
hopeful
I don't-
rumor?
When was he ever raveled?
That's the problem.
He was never put together so well. All right, enough of that. You mentioned vegetables, and I'm kind of I do eat salads, and I do eat well at home. When I go shopping every week,
No, we've seen evidence of the opposite.
I go
You've
out
got
and about.
Skyline frozen chili. In your
That's
freezer.
that's
I mean,
the
come
old
on,
Mike.
man.
When
Wow.
if you look at my fridge now, you'd be shocked. There's no ice cream.
would
There's
be
no bread
surprised.
in my house. I went and I bought. I am now a big fan of not just having some salads. Although the bag salads always disappoint because you buy them. It says the expiration date is like August 21st, and then you open it up on the 15th, and it's all soup. It's all rotten in one bag. And then I have to
noticed
go.
that so much. The problem is that they're too big, So
Well, first,
so like if you want to go ahead and make a salad for yourself, you pretty much have to get a giant Tupperware thing and
eat
make a salad
a
that's
big
going to
salad.
last you like a week. And it doesn't always keep that well.
No,
I mean, I happen to like a refrigerated salad from the day before, but a lot of people find it disgusting. So.
I buy the bag salads. They usually have BOGO. I eat the first one, and the second one, it's supposed to last for 10 days before opening it, and then it always inevitably rots, and I have to march back to Publix and have to exchange it, and it's always a grim thing. But
You really go and exchange it?
no, I just toss it
I
in
could
the thing.
see you there at the return section.
You definitely do. Don't lie. You're 100%.
All right, I do, and it's like that. That's the dichotomy of me. Is like I'm willing to go blow like $200 on a poker tournament, but a $3 bag of lettuce, I have to go marching back and say,
Cheap bastard, basically.
yeah, it all adds up.
That happens, though. I mean, it's just like, you take a cab to the track somehow. Maybe you're out of town and, you're watching the meter like a hawk, and then you go in there and blow 400.
Exactly.
Meanwhile, you were like cursing at the guy for not taking off at the light immediately. There's another dime ran up on the tab. So it's an interesting
strange the
dichotomy.
way we
Yes.
That's
think.
how we work. Yeah.
So, but as much as I like the vegetable, it's fruits. I actually had at the top of my show sheet today, ode to fruit. I wanted to sing the praises of fruit because
Go ahead, sing.
And what
a lot of people rag on Publix, and it could be expensive, but I went in there and I find that the produce at my local Publix not only fairly priced but really good quality. And like,
Unless you get a pre-cut.
no,
The pre-
I
yeah, I don't like
got
the pre-
so
yeah.
what did I bought this week? I just loaded up. I've got grapes. Green grapes were on sale for $1.99 a pound, and they were firm and delicious. I got
Nice.
cherries from the Northwest.
Cherries were great.
The
I had
cherries
some
are
last night.
great.
I like those
I
cherries.
got some cut up watermelon that was on sale, and these were
Nice.
sweet and didn't have the seeds. I got I bought the whole honeydew. They call them King of the West, $4.99 for each, and I cut one up this morning after my
Nice.
walk,
Good for you.
Oh my God.
and I
Goes
love.
perfect with the 4 slices of pizza.
Start the
so
day
funny,
right.
man.
Fall off a cliff.
Did you mention your doctor
But
yet?
they were
What's that?
sweet, and it's my favorite 3 words in the English language now is no sugar added. Fruit is a natural
Oh, no,
sweet
it's
fruit's
great.
great.
thing
And we all love fruit.
that even if you have medical conditions, your doctors say eat as much fruit as you want because it's like it's good.
Well, my
for you.
favorite is like now was I actually got strawberries the other day, and I usually use strawberries with other sweet fruit because the strawberries a lot of the time aren't sweet. But right now, I guess it's the season. Strawberries by themselves are sweet right now, which is
Basically,
really good.
strawberry season starts in January with Florida strawberries. Then it goes to California from basically May through this time of year.
Okay.
I just bought, and strawberries and blueberries.
Well,
are
they came
a
down in price.
staple
Now,
of
when
mine.
they're down in price and they're
I-
sweet is when
Every morning I either have strawberries, blueberries with either yogurt or some dry cereal, Cheerios now, and I'm a happy person. And
there you go.
Publix, This week it was BOGO on the blueberries. You get the nice organic
Publix is great with
blueberries.
BOGO. It's just the problem is when it's not
Strawberries.
When it's not BOGO, it's double the price.
Strawberries 3 for $10.
They make
So,
up for it.
yeah, I got 3.33. I got for $20. I got enough fruit to basically,
to go bad by next week.
Yeah,
Yeah, man, you haven't made that much of a dent in the salad for us to have to listen to all this. Come on, man.
All right, I gotta have a slice of the pizza.
I mean, you're diamond
Do the
right in
pepper
on a
one.
pizza after
I'll
Get
this.
the
do
salad
a
with pepper.
slice of the pepper
Phony
one.
fruit
This
wrapping,
looks
yeah.
pretty big. He didn't.
It's
slice
a lot bigger.
these-
Remember, we yelled, make it very small, and they don't do that here.
Oh, here's a
Wicked
slice. Ooh, this one
Cheesesteaks.
looks a little bit.
And it has a nice little.
Oh, it's a drippy one. Hold on.
Yeah, it's very
No,
heavy.
it's not. Let's say Mr. Portnoy would not be.
No, he would not
pleased.
be a
It's
fan.
little
Because it's a lot
floppy.
of stuff on it.
Yeah.
What does he know?
Exactly.
There's a lot of stuff on
There's
it.
a lot of stuff. Let me get you. a
It's very
napkin.
tasty.
It looks very much like a pizza spot.
And now
pizza.
I've got
You've got pizza hands.
my dirty diaper
Yeah.
hands again. Maybe this is a good time to take our final break, Lubie, and I'll
It might
clean
be a good
myself
time to
up.
grab a fork.
And it's also and a knife. People who eat pizza with a fork and knife should not be.
Oh no,
trusted.
I'm not a big fan of that. But in this case,
Yeah,
I'm
it's
actually thinking
necessary.
about grabbing that pepper there. But,
Yeah,
I don't want to do it.
It's
with my
all yours.
hands,
Go
yeah.
for it.
I'm going to have this pepper. And I do want to put in a reminder that tonight, Thursday, Tropical Acres, fine place to go. Happy hour on the bar, 4:30 to 6:30. $39 twin Maine lobster special, fresh steamed lobsters from New England with a salad and a side. $39 while supplies last. We love Tropical Acres. 75 years of making people happy, and great service from the Studiali family. They will take great care of you. Go in there, tell them the Lunchbox sent you.
All right, more with Mike Mayo. I'm not sure exactly what he's going to do next, but
I'm gonna eat some more greens.
You never know.
I
this
need
place
greens.
really does put you in another frame of mind. And obviously,
I'm in a great frame.
this fruit went to your head. Okay, we're coming back
Fruit
with
Loops.
more in a moment here on Mike Mayo's Lunchbox.
A little further inland, Luke's Seafood and Grill. That's Luke's with a C, 5511 South University Drive in Davie. Luke and Roxy, they're a great couple with great food. It's a mom and pop shop bringing the freshest fish and seafood to Western Broward. Some of the best jambalaya and fish cakes around. And Scooby-Dooby-Doo, where are you? You can find his famous Scoobies, those sauteed crab claws, right there on the specials board most days. Oh, so good. So take a trip to University just north of Sterling today. Lunch, dinner, closed on Mondays. Tell them Mike Mayo's Lunchbox sent you. When people come to me and say, Mike, where should I go out to eat? I got guests coming from out of town. Where should we go? Cafe Seville. That's the answer. 2768 East Oakland Park Boulevard. It's a Fort Lauderdale perennial. Serving the finest in Spanish and continental cuisine in a cozy, friendly, comfortable setting. Joey Esposito and Sally, his better half, they've been running the place for a long time. It's been open since the 1980s. They got great Spanish classics like paella, shrimp with garlic sauce, and all kinds of great seafood dishes. The stuffed veal chop, oh, that's my favorite. Go to Cafe Seville. It's open every day but Sunday at 5 p.m. for dinner. Tell them that the Lunchbox Mayo and Defo sent you. Do you like burgers? Do you like wings? Do you like late night food and sports on big screen TVs and cold beer and friendly vibe and great people? Then you want to check out Shenanigans, 1300 South Federal Highway in Dania Beach. Go to Shenanigans, you get yourself all the good stuff, the fresh fish every day, the black and grilled wings, and of course, the kitchens are open late. Go there, tell them that the Lunchbox Mayo and Defo sent you. Oh, we're back. Caught me with my mouth full again.
There's a
What a shock.
Yeah, it's pretty much the whole show.
I'm eating the cheesesteak pizza with little green peppers on it. Good.
I think you need a second slice.
I had the first.
This other one, though,
Warm-up
really,
slice.
I mean, that particular slice looks
I
very
got it.
appealing.
I got to save room for dinner tonight. Talk about hot and spicy food. I'm going tonight to Deck and Spice.
Oh, yeah. That's my
Have you
man.
been in there lately?
No, I haven't been there since the last time we were there. Shaker, and you always see that. It's a very popular spot on Let's Eat South Florida because people say, hey, we're going to get an Indian buffet.
Oh, yeah,
And,
for lunch.
and
and,
everybody
weekend
points out Deck
brunch.
and Spice.
We're going
I'm
for
very
dinner.
proud of my man Shaker because when he first told me he was opening up a restaurant, I was thinking, wait a minute, you own a liquor store, and he really took great meticulous pains to make
He
it
did it
authentic
right.
and did a great job. And then I told you about it, so I'm figuring you're going to figure, oh no, this place is a stiff, and you went in there and you
Loved
were
it.
overwhelmed. Yeah.
I loved it. It's my favorite sit-down Indian restaurant, and I say sit-down because I do love Arun's Indian Kitchen out by you, Lubie, in Coral Springs. Arun's
Yeah, it's
Indian
great.
Kitchen
Arun's
is great, but
fantastic.
it's
I've been in
mainly
a
a
while.
takeout joint. but for full service dining with a great wine list, because Shaker absolutely obviously
No,
owns
he had a
store.
great liquor store. I don't know if
Yeah.
he still has it. Pompano Liquors.
And we
on
were in
McNabb.
there. We did a lunchbox. I go there occasionally. I haven't been in there probably since earlier this year. And my daughter loves it. We've only gone once, and she's a big fan of Indian food. So we're going to go tonight, Daddy, daughter,
nice.
and Val. And but it brings up the whole thing of spice levels and how do you order it.
Yeah.
And
You've seen the commercial, right? Where the woman's ordering something in China. That's
it was
great.
in Thailand actually, and typing
she
it
says,
in.
Try me,
Try
or whatever.
me.
It was fantastic.
So, what do you like when people ask you how spicy? Do you like when they say on a scale of 1 to 10, or do you just say mild, medium, hot? Because like some places just have like 3 ranges. I like when they give you the 1 to 10 scale, and I usually go at about 7.5.
You'd be an 8. You'd be an 8.
7.5 to 8. The
I mean, you
older
don't
I
want
get,
it to be so overwhelming that you can't taste anything else for the rest of your life.
but in Indian food, like it's not just blazing spot.
It's not always super hot. Yeah.
It doesn't cover it up. Sometimes it enhances it when you get the vindaloos and you feel it on the back end, sometimes on the bottom end too later on. But I like Deccan Spice because they have it's not just straight up curries or, places have the tikka masala. They have all these different kinds of dishes and sauces that you don't usually see. There's this one that has like 19 different types of peppers, and you didn't know there's different, like black pepper and all these other peppers that they blend together. And on its own, it's just a medley of spice, but it's not overwhelmingly spicy, if that makes any sense.
Let me just ask you a very important question. I'm sure Lubie's thinking the same thing. Did you already tell Shaker you're coming in tonight? No.
No telegraphing.
All right.
And
there you go, people. He's doing it on the level. He must really like it.
Yeah, no, I mean, it's going to be a fun time, and but I do enjoy a little bit of a spice level. My daughter is more on the medium end of things. And,
I asked this place to kick it up a little bit, but I didn't know what their standard was.
Right.
And I have to say it was on the level of Blast Furnace,
They
although I
blew
did
your
enjoy
jaws
it.
off. Yeah.
Anything Asia, Thai, Indian, Chinese,
do.
So when they
Japanese.
throw that red pepper oil,
Szechuan
whatever that is,
peppers, the red
If
chili
you
pepper.
tell them you want it
oil.
spicy, good luck.
but I don't want it bland, so I was assuming that they make it like for the general
Like a
public, like we
middle,
were talking about with Kevin yesterday, where
The hot chicken.
I thought the chicken was fine as it was, but could it have been a little spicier? Yeah.
Yeah, and it's one of those things that I say you could always like add more spice to it if you put on like the hot oil. Like
Can't take it down.
you if it's blended into the dish when they cook it, then you're kind of
You're pretty much
crap out of luck.
subjected to whatever they
Yeah.
thought was hot.
So well, we'll see.
Oh,
I'll
good luck
give
tonight, man.
Give
Have a
you
good
a
time.
full review of that for tomorrow at Gulfstream.
Gulfstream.
It's going to be a fun time at Gulfstream with Joe Bezier. They're going to have a big weekend with their Havana Nights Cuban
nice.
and Rum Festival Saturday afternoon. Go get your tickets now.
Lubie in on that? Did you already
Lubie's
put it
in
in?
on it.
This Saturday I'll be there.
I'm
for sure.
in on it,
All right.
and I don't know if you want to join
Probably
us.
won't venture down there Saturday.
Okay, but I love anything that has to do with Cuban food and rum drinks.
That's a
I'm
winner.
in. And of course, Saturday night also, our friends at Temple Street Eatery are going to be celebrating their 10th anniversary, starting at 5 p.m. I saw there was a little bit of publicity for that. And congratulations! Speaking of publicity, our man Eddie Pizzoli, the Sentinel
you see the
wrote-
write-up?
Yeah,
Feature.
he's been spilling the beans about the new concept of what was Tavellina della Notte, a very popular long
Down the street
time
from me.
Italian restaurant in Coral Springs. Well, they've got back possession of the restaurant. They're going to be opening later this year. He told us it was going to be seafood-centric Italian themed. They have a name for it now. It's called Eddie and Vinny's.
Is Vinny his dad?
Well, it's also
Is
the
he
name of
Eddie?
his kids, and he
Okay.
has an uncle named Vinny.
Okay, so Eddie is him.
Eddie is his dad, Eddie Sr., and
he's
his
Eddie.
sons are named Eddie and Vinny for other family
Oh,
members.
cool. So it is.
So Eddie and Vinny, it all goes full circle.
Nice,
The
that's
kids,
cool.
his father, his uncle, his name is Eddie. Eddie and Vinny's coming to Coral Springs later in the year, and the executive chef who is overseeing the menu development, our friend Jeff Tunks from Corvino.
Oh,
will
he's
be
great. Jeff
next
the chef.
week's classic,
Or Chef Jeff.
Culinary Institute of America graduate, great chef, great
Yeah, he's
guy. Been doing a terrific job over at Corvina, and is also going to be kind of overseeing the whole show at the new Eddie and Vinny's.
It's a long goodbye with Mike Mayo. We're going to get out of here.
All right, we're outta here.
Choking on his food.
Enjoy every pizza slice and enjoy every sandwich.